Hi and welcome, I am Helle, and in this video I'm going to take a look at Splendor, The Sun Never Sets. This is an expansion for the normal game Splendor, and you need the base game to play this expansion. Or there are actually two expansions. You have the Strongholds, which is one expansion, and then you have the Orient. And I will in this video give you an overview of what these two expansions they are all about. And here we have a setup of the game, and we are in the game. We have played some rounds, and this could be a situation we have. First of all, we have the normal setup of the game for Splendor. Then each player they're going to, with the Stronghold expansion, you're going to get 3 strongholds. And then this side over here, this is the Orient expansion. And I will first explain the Stronghold, how that works. You can play with only the strongholds and not this part over here, or you can play without the strongholds and just add the Orient Express cards to the game. But first, let me explain how the stronghold works. Each player, they have at the start 3 of the strongholds, and each time you buy a card, you have to move a stronghold. You have to move either one of your own and place it on a card, or you can move one you already have from one card to another card, or you can return a stronghold from an opponent where they only have one stronghold. So you would be able to place this back to the player, so you can free up a card. So let's give an example. This is this player's turn, and they want to buy a card. They might want to buy this card here. So they just need to have a white, a red, a green, and then they need to play a blue card. So now they have purchased a card, so they have to place a stronghold or move a stronghold they already have placed, or remove one. They would be able to remove this one from this opponent. They can't remove this one because there are 2 strongholds. If there are 2 more strongholds, then you can't do anything about it. And so this one we could also just place on this card, so we have 3. And there's a reason for why we would do this. Because if you have 3 strongholds present at a card at the end of your turn, you may conquer that card. You may purchase that card, but you have to be able to pay for it. So if we can pay for it, and this player would be able to pay, they have 3 black, they have 2 red, and they have 2 white. So we could purchase the card. We could also, if we didn't have enough chips for it, we could let it be for our next turn. And then we could first grab chips and then use the chips that we have to buy the card. And if we get too many chips on our hand, then we don't have to reduce it before we have used them for example, buying a card. So we could have 12 gems, even though we're only allowed to have 10. But if we use them to buy a card, and then at the end of our turn, after we have conquered a card, we don't have too many, then we don't have to discard. So we can buy this one. So in that way, we would be able to buy 2 cards in our turn. And then after having bought the card, we have to place one of these, or we can remove this one. So maybe instead of placing one, we might want to remove this one if we for somehow would have liked to get that card. But we could also just place one, and we can place it on the Orient cards, or we can place it on any cards we have in here. So we might want to go for maybe this card here, or maybe this card, since we have the green, the black, and we just need, or maybe we want to go for this card. We just need one more red to get this card over here. And then at the end of our turn, we would be placed with new cards. But only at the end of the turn, we're going to replace the new cards. So that is a way with these strongholds that you can get to buy an extra card on your turn if you have 3 strongholds on the card. And the strongholds, if there is a stronghold on a card, only that player can buy that card. I can't, the orange player can't buy this card or this card, but you can, when you buy a card, remove one from one of your opponents if you want to, instead of moving or placing one of your own strongholds. So that is how the expansion with the stronghold they work. And now let's look at this expansion over here. We have 3 red, so because we can buy this card here, so we can pay with just 1 red, and then this one will be returned. We're going to grab the card, and this card means that we can at any time use this card with as 2 wild tokens. So this counts as we having 2 of these when we use the card. So we can discard it to add when we have to buy a new card. So this John we're just going to place in our play area, and then we can use it in another turn where we're going to buy a card. And then at the end of our turn we would place a new card here. And let's have a look at what the other cards here they mean. So this card here, where you have this multicolor, if you purchase this card, you can place it on any existing card you have, and it will count as that color. So this one cannot count as a blue color since I do not have any blue, but you could place it here, then it would count as a green, a black, a red, or a white. So that is what you can use these cards for. So in this stack you have either you can get the reduced price, or you can get a card that is a wild that can count as any color, but you need to have it present. So if you didn't have any cards, you can't buy this one as your very first card, because you need to have a card with a gem on it before you buy this type of card. And with this one you could discard it and then buy a card. But this one, if you wanted this one, then we would have to pay 4 red. We only have 1 red, so we could use this one, and then we need to pay 3 green. We only have 2, so we could pay with the green. We do have the white, so the 2 missing we could pay with this one. And if we needed only 1 more, you could use it with only 1 more, but then the other one would be you wouldn't get anything for the second one. It's not like you would get one of these gems if you could only use one of them. Then it would just be something you couldn't use. So this one has the same symbol where you can place it on any of the existing gems you have, and it will count as that color. And then it has this symbol down here with a number 1. This means that you can take any of these cards for free. So first you're going to place, maybe you would want more green, you can place this one, and then you can grab any of the cards here. So maybe you would like a blue, so you can grab this one for free. When you grab this card, you're not going to place a stronghold for this card, only for the card you bought. So for the card we bought, we're going to place a stronghold on a card, and then for this one that we get because of this card's ability, we are not going to place a stronghold for it. But when we have 3 of our strongholds on a card and we buy the card, so when you buy a card, you have to also place a stronghold. So we would do it for that situation, but not for this case here. And this one just means that it counts as 2 gems. So when you buy this card, you will place it with the black, and then you now have 4 gems that you can use when you have to buy cards. So this counts as an extra gem. And then we have these cards up here. We have 2 types 2. If you buy this one, then you get to grab a number 2 card. So you can grab any of the cards in this row when you buy this one. So if I bought this one, I could grab any one, except for the ones that have a stronghold, of course. I could grab this one and place here. And then for the last symbol, the last special card we have here, we have these types where you have a cross on it. And this means to buy this card, you need to give up 2 cards of that color. So to buy this card here, I would need to discard 2 of my cards, 2 of my red cards. And I would choose the ones with no points on them. So I could discard these 2 cards to buy this one. So that is the 2 types you have. This one where you can grab a card from the second row. And this one you can grab a card from this row here. And it also counts as a wild gem. but that is the 2 expansions, and you can play with just one of them, or you can play with both of them at the same time. I do think they add more strategy to the game, so Splendor is an easy game to teach, and I think it's easy to teach these more things that are added with the strongholds and also with this expansion. So I think it's fairly easy to introduce them to new players, and it will add more strategy to the game when you play it. But that was my look at these 2 expansions. Thanks for watching.